Ooh. Ooh. What's good, you guys? We're back with another video, and today we're going to be talking about if the play-in tournament is going to stay and some of the good and bad from that, and also my predictions for my favorite team's first round series, and that's the Mavs versus the Clippers. If you like this type of content, like to sub on the video if you haven't already, and let's get right into it. I feel like the East playing game was okay, but the West was really good. We had the John Morant versus DeMar DeRozan, and Dylan Brooks was going insane in that game as well. And also, DeMar DeRozan really struggled. Rudy Gay did decent in that game, and also, obviously, the Warriors and Lakers game, the best game of the season probably. LeBron with that insane shot that he always takes, and it somehow went in. He was seeing 3 baskets supposedly, but I don't know who that is. And it was just a really good game. AD struggled for the first half. LeBron struggled in the first half. Shooter struggled the whole game. Kuzma struggled the whole game. But they pulled out a win because Alex Caruso was playing well. And AD, Alex Caruso, and LeBron really pulled it together along with Wesley Matthews. And for the Warriors, Andrew Wiggins played really good. He's been a way better defender than he ever has. Draymond said when he came in that Andrew Wiggins has the potential to be a really good defender. And people laughed at him because he never showed the motor to do so. But he's doing it in Golden State. Maybe that's because of Draymond. Maybe that's because it's the winning situation. We don't know. But Andrew Wiggins is playing really good. Draymond is obviously playing great defense. He needs to stop being timid on the defensive side. I mean, the offensive side of the ball, and shoot some of the open mid ranges that he has. Like, bro, I know you're a bad shooter, but you're not that bad. And Steph Curry obviously carried as usual, the scoring load basically. So that was a great game. But what I really want to talk about is the intricacies of the playing game and why I feel like it's going to stay. And why it may be a bad decision and they may be overreacting because of the resounding success in this first playing game. And I'm going to tell you why. It's very unique that we had these two teams in the playing game of Golden State and LA. We had 2 of the best players of this era in a playing game, the 7th and 8th seed. When do you think LeBron's going to be a 7th seed again? If Klay Thompson comes back, do you think Steph Curry is going to be in the 8th seed? It's really unique circumstances this year. LeBron getting hurt, that never happens. 80 gets hurt all the time, and then Steph Curry not having his sidekick. Once again, he's gonna have a sidekick next year. I think it's a unique situation, but I feel when these two teams, in like what the regular look of the playing is going to be is really young teams with young stars that aren't good enough to really make the playoffs like straight up yet, but it's like right on the cliff. And I feel like that's going to be the plan's going to be a really good outlet to like show these really young stars on a bigger platform, and I feel like that could be super cool. But to think that you're going to have this type of star power in a playing game every single time, I think NBA's head may have got too big off of this one. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like in the future, players like Kate Cunningham, hopefully Zion Williamson, De'Aaron Fox, John Morant may be in it in these next couple of years. Hopefully he gets out of it sooner rather than later. Young players like that, LaMelo Ball, like he was in it, hopefully he has a better showing next time. Those young type of players, Evan Mobley when he comes in the draft. I think I said Kate Cunningham already, but like these young players that are leading the team has that winning impact, but doesn't have it enough to like really cement themselves as a playoff team. This is a really good platform to show what they can do and kind of a Game 7 type situation. Not really though. So I think it'll be really good for that reason. But if the NBA thinks they're gonna get LeBron and Steph Curry in every year, they are sadly mistaken, and I hope they don't think that. But hey man, if LeBron would have lost that playing game and he would have been having to play a second game, I feel like for some reason this may be biased and this may be like a NBA fan type of take, but I feel like LeBron would have called up and been like, "Hey Adam, I know you thought that playing game was a good idea, but you're gonna have to scrap it." But LeBron, it was a big money maker and it's gonna be super entertaining for the fans. Shut up! I said scrap it. Yes, sir, LeBron. I'm sorry. Anyway, let's get into these Mavs Clippers playoff predictions.
Back to Doncic. Doncic pulls up, 3-pointer. Bang!
Let's talk about the Clippers first. Let's talk about what the Mavs have to worry about, and most of the things are pretty obvious what they have to worry about. They have to worry about Kawhi Leonard. I'm a big Paul George fan. They have to worry about Paul George, and he had that terrible playoffs last year. I feel like there's something inside me that makes me feel that he's going to come with it this year. We ridiculed him. We made fun of him all summer. We've been making fun of him even though he's been having a good season this year. I feel like he's about to come in this series and have like a really, really good one. He's gotten so much hate this last year, and I feel like he's gonna show the world that he's that guy. So we don't have to worry about him. They have a lot of good veteran guards in Patrick Beverley, Rajon Rondo. Nicholas Batum is a decent player. But outside of Paul George, Kawhi, and I feel Marcus Morris, they don't have too much shot creation. So that's really good for us. Rajon Rondo is looking to pass. Patrick Beverley is a catch and shoot 3-and-D type of guard. Serge Ibaka is a catch and shoot like 3-and-D type of big man. Even Zubac can give you some points at times. And DeMarcus Cousins, depending on if they play him or not, can do the same thing. And what has always been a very interesting thing about the Los Angeles Clippers is how good they can really be on defense with Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. You got Serge Ibaka at the rim, Patrick Beverley. Rajon Rondo could be a good defender when he's paying attention and focused and not just worried about assists. Zubac is an okay rim protector, I guess. I feel like they have a really, really good defensive team. But that man, number 77, it feels like he kills the Clippers every time. I don't know why. But it seems like they do. I feel like they'll probably put Paul George, or maybe Marcus Morris on him to start. But if you start going crazy, they're gonna put number 2 on him. And I feel like Luka can still give him the work as well. Kawhi is not the same lockdown defender because he has to score like he does. Not saying he's a bad defender now by any stretch. He's still a great defender. And it also just seems that the Clippers run more smoothly with Tyronn Lue at the head. I'm not saying Doc Rivers is a bad coach. He's doing good in Philadelphia. But it seems like the personnel that Doc Rivers had last year, he didn't know how to really work like the right way. And I feel like Tyronn Lue just puts Paul George in his spots better, Marcus Morris in his spots better. So I feel like they'll be a better team at that end. So I'm a little bit worried about that. Now let's get to my Mavs side. You know what I'm saying? Number 1, we have the best player in the series, in my opinion. I feel Luka is better than Kawhi, and I feel like he makes a way bigger difference to his team than Kawhi does, in my opinion. I feel that he is the best player. He's number 1, Kawhi's number 2, and I feel like that gives us the edge automatically. Now, talking about our different role players and stuff like that, Kristaps. I don't know if he's gonna play the whole series. You know what I'm saying? That's how he's just not there. He's never there when we need him the most. So at this point, in my opinion, Kristaps Porzingis is just a plus. I'm not counting on him. I'm not depending on him. I'm thinking about the Mavs without Kristaps Porzingis at this point. To be honest, in my opinion, because we can never count on him. But if Kristaps is there, and he's doing what he did before he got hurt in the bubble last year, we will win, and I don't feel like it will be close. But if he gets hurt, or if he's not looking like the Kristaps that we know he can be when he's healthy, it will be a way tougher series. And people like Tim Hardaway Jr., Jalen Brunson, Dorian Finney-Smith. Dorian Finney-Smith has to be on from 3 and playing great defense on Kawhi and Paul George. Who else? Maxi Kleber has to be on. And all those players like that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like JJ Redick can make a big difference in this series. We need that shooting from him as well. So all those players have to step up if Kristaps is either injured, which is a decent possibility, or just not playing like we know he can play. And I feel like after Luka and Kristaps, we have like a lead by committee type of thing. And I feel like that starts with THJ, Tim Hardaway Jr., you know what I'm saying? He can be the best player on some nights for this team. Against Detroit, he's been on a hot streak, averaging like 26 points in the last 10 games. And he's really like that, and we need that type of production from him. It's not going to be that good like it was at the end of the season, but if we can get a solid 16, 17 points out of him, and he's not shot chucking, and he's not putting up stupid shots, and he's playing good defense on Paul George, which will probably be his matchup, we have a really good chance to win this series. And another thing that we have to do to win this series, we can't get bullied by the Clippers. We can't get bullied by Marcus Morris. We can't get bullied by DeMarcus Cousins. We can't get bullied by Patrick Beverley. We can't get bullied by Rajon Rondo. We have to stand up for ourselves, but not be stupid like Kristaps did last year and got that ejection. We just have to stay in the right mind, but still not let them walk all over us. They were the way more physical team in that playoffs last season, and I feel like that was one of the factors that led them to get that series win. If we can stand our ground, be smart, Luka, we don't need any more text from you this season. You've had enough. If we can do all those things and Luka's not complaining all the time like he does a lot, and we just keep a good mind frame, but don't get like ran over, like stepped on. I feel like we played up to them. Like we played right with them in that series last season. They were just way more physical. Marcus Morris was in us. Patrick Beverly when he was playing. You know what I'm saying? So we can't let that happen again. Now, what's my prediction? What do you think my prediction is? Mavs in 7, man. I feel like it's Mavs in 7. I feel like we have a really, really good chance to win this series. And if we jump on them, I don't think Paul George and Kawhi are good enough leaders to bring back the squad and push forward. Although I am big fans of both of them, and I feel Paul George may play better. If we jump on them in that first game, if we may get a 2-0 lead, they're not the team to come back from that. They're not the Denver Nuggets. They're not LeBron. They're nothing like that. I feel like they'll kind of break down. Kawhi, he leads by example, but at times you just have to be that vocal leader, and that's just not him, man. That's just not him. So if we can jump out on him, we have a really, really good chance to win the series. But my prediction is Mavs in 7. Alright guys, that's all I got for you guys today. If you like this type of content, like and sub on the video if you haven't already. Go follow my TikTok. I'm almost at 10K. I have like 8,200 followers on there. I do a lot of comedy and 2K stuff on here. And like I said in my last video, I'm going to be posting a lot more on this channel. A lot of draft stuff, a lot of stuff talking about teams that are out of the playoffs, a lot of playoff reactions, recaps from some of these playoff days. So be on the lookout for all that. And if you like this type of content, like and sub on the video if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time.